Alright, so you've hit rock bottom, you are frustrated, you are trying to figure this Xplane 12 thing out, and you can't seem to hit anything but the ground. And so I thought, sometimes you just have to go back to basics. Well, you do. So we're going to be flying in the Zebos model. This is something you can find on the Xplane 12 forum, or find the link to it, and it is free. The aircraft is free. You can even fly the free version of Xplane 12, but it is a flight sim that is priced under $100. And I say that loosely because I think it's a lot less than $100. You get endless updates. You have access to the betas, and it's just it's a chance. Like for me, I'm not a youngster anymore, so but I've always loved the aircraft, commercial aircraft. We'll never fly them commercially, and I've done a little bit of everything else. But this gives me a chance to actually do that, to learn the aircraft. So that's where we are today. We're going to be flying in make sure in the Zebo model 737-800. We're cold and dark, so we're starting. I thought just from the very beginning all the way down to we've already downloaded our plan on SimBrief, and we're going to pick up from there. Just for a little background, this is Allegiant Airlines we're flying for. It's a virtual airline, so we're going to still fly for them today, but I thought I'd let y'all ride along and let's walk through getting the aircraft from cold and dark to that next step. So let's go ahead and go up to the top overhead panel, drop the battery guard. You hear some noises there. And we're going to go up here to the IRSs, and we're going to set them to a nav, so they will be doing their thing aligning. I always go ahead and drop just these 4 for now. We're going to drop these 4 for this flight. This is a flight from Asheville, North Carolina to Orlando. So not a long flight, but just a much shorter flight. Okay. Right. We're going to go ahead and start the APU because we are going to not be on the ground very long, so I'm going to hold that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, let go. Wait for the oil light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let go, and you'll see this needle start going out and outside. See the exhaust will start firing up there. There we go. Beautiful sound. Okay. Back to the overhead. So APU is going. I'm going to turn the runway turn-off lights on. That's just me. Not everybody does that. This is not anything I do is not something you can take and go to a real aircraft and do, because I'm not a real pilot. I'm not a real pilot. I'm a 30-year studier, but I'm not a real pilot. Next row though, let's go ahead and knock down the emergency lights so it's armed. And as you see here, these 2 lights came on because the APU is now ready to be connected. And now the APU is going. We have full power in the aircraft from the APU. Okay, so I like everything there's done. I'm going to go ahead and turn on some window heat. Not going to put the probe on yet, but the window heat's going to come up. The hydraulic pumps will come up. And over here, we're going to turn on the anti-collision wing and wheel
Flight
well.
attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
And we're going to put a steady on the position light and logo lights on. We're not about to start our takeoff, so ignore him.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
And over here, the APU bleed needs to be turned on. That's because you see this pressure here. Without this pressure, you will not be able to start the engines. So you need that pressure there. All right, I'm going to turn no smoking on and seatbelt light. We're going to put it in the on position or auto position. And we're going to hit that button because all pilots like hearing that noise. Okay. All right. We've gotten this far. Now we're going to go over to the AVTAB panel. We're going to go to fuel and weight balance. And airside services. And we're going to go to page 2 on airside services. And load OFP. Actually, before we do that, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we load that part, let's go over here to the FMS and make sure that our position is set. The GP, we can do GPS left or right, and set the IRS position. And go to route, and now we're going to flight plan request. Okay, we're gonna load, activate, execute. Extra steps I take usually as I go to departure here. I see that I'm going to be going out on runway 35, so I'll go ahead and put that in. And for our arrival, where we're going to be arriving today, we're going to be arriving at Orlando Sanford International on 27 right. If all goes as planned, plans can change. And we're coming in on Thor and Leopard. And execute. And let's get rid of that discontinuity there by clicking on SUG, and then I'm going to move that up. Okay. Right now, I'm going to hit load OFP. It says there we have 160 passengers going with us. 12,119 pounds of cargo. Our ZFW fuel weight's 136,000 and fuel 17,800 pounds of fuel. Let's do that. We'll let that run through. Austin's vegan food. Who the heck would want vegan food? And you see the other Austin's vegan food going up there. They're loading the catering. You got your Shell fuel, Petro loading our Petro. And on the other side here, we got the jetway attached, and we're loading 160 passengers. I do have it set for a quicker tempo to load with, so they're not going to be around for very long. See the APU putting out exhaust there. And these are the beautiful mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. It's beautiful up here. If you've never had a chance to go to Asheville, North Carolina, you need to do it. I don't care if you're in down in the South American continent or the Australian continent. You need to come up here. You need to see this. It's beautiful. Okay. Let's see how that progress is going. So passengers haven't loaded yet. Fuel's about done, so that you're going to see passengers begin to load. There we go. Passengers are loading. You notice here this back door.
Deck fuel is all loaded up, and you are good to go.
The minute that the passengers are completely loaded, the flight attendant will close this door and lock us in. So we'll lock ourselves in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start our ACARS. ACARS is our how our flights are logged by the virtual airline. So let's do that. Let's do that. Here we go.
Boarding is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabins. Verify arm door, standby for all call.
We're not about to leave, okay? Just so you know.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Okay. But now we're going to go to our numbers down here, and I'm going to go to the these numbers. So right here, let's see. We need to get our reserve numbers from our flight plan. It says here that we have reserves of 2.4. And with that loaded, also we can go ahead and put in the trip fuel, which we should be burning about 7,200 pounds of fuel. and let's load our information here. And N1 limit. Everything here is fine. We're going to go to takeoff. And let's get that numbers for flaps, everything. So here it says that our flaps need to be 5. Our center of gravity will pull from over here. I have lost my ever-loving mind there. Hold on, let's just hit the button. Payload center of gravity is takeoff weight 29.4. So right here we're going to put 29.4, and it says there our trim needs to be 4.25. So we're going to move our trim here to 4.25. Right there. Okay. And we're not done here. We're not going to lock these in yet. We're going to go to the next page. Our runway winds are right here. The winds are coming from 327, and they're at 21 knots. We need to pay attention to that. That's some winds, not some serious winds, but you want to pay attention to that. Also, it has our flex at 3.6. This number, MT number, at 3.6. It's awfully low, but it's all right. And then we're going to hit cut. We're not doing a cutback takeoff. I'm not hitting cutback. Shorter runway. Yeah. So we're blades are going to stay on for takeoff, but no. It says here select temp 3.6 bleeds on. Okay. Well, it says to do it. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll be at a slight cutback, but we should not have any trouble getting off the runway. But bleeds will stay on for takeoff. Okay, let's go back. And you're going to notice something's going to happen here when I put these numbers in. So when I bring over what here is the V numbers, you see it says no V speeds right there. So when I hit V1, not yet, but when I hit rotate, you see the no V speeds goes away. We've got a V speed now. And so it says here that V2 is 145. So we're going to put up here, we're going to turn on auto throttle and put it 145. We're going to put this on 155. And let's ask for clearance. Go ahead and get our IFR clearance.
Fine. I'll handle the IFR clearance, since you can't seem to do it yourself. Watch and learn.
Oh, she's hateful. Okay, anti-skid, by the way, RTO.
Asheville ground.
There.
Allegiant 218, requesting our IFR clearance, and we have hotel.
Not nice.
Stand by. You're number 1.
ATC's coming out of Say Intentions. I've been using Say Intentions since late 2024. Haven't regretted it. I like it. I use it much more than VATSIM.
218 cleared to Sanford. Radar vector SUG, then it's filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 3401, 0 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.8, squawk 4723. Expect runway 35.
Who? Come on, man. 4723. Where to squawk? He didn't have to do that so fast. I'm not sure what's up with that. Right, altitude, initial altitude is set for 5,000, climb and maintain. We've set our V2 speeds up here on at 155, which is 145. Do it plus 10, and we're going to hit VNAV and LNAV. LNAV won't come on yet until I get in the air. Okay, take one more look up here. This, by the way, the landing altitude we came in on, it's about 2,160 feet of elevation that we're at currently. We're kind of way up here. Okay. We're ready for our pushback and start clearance.
Excuse me?
Ground
You want me to
to
handle the
cockpit.
pushback and
Please
start
tell me where
clearance?
you wanna go.
Fine. I'll do
Ground to
it since you
cockpit.
can't.
Tow is driving up.
You are also in charge of all
Nashville
comms.
Ground. Allegiant 218. We have hotel.
Fine.
And are ready for pushback
I'll take over the
and start
comms
clearance.
since you clearly need my expertise. Watch and learn.
I don't like her.
Allegiant 218, pushback and start approved. Tail northeast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Allegiant Air Flight AAI 218, departing from Asheville Regional Airport to Orlando Sanford International Airport. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and store your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you require any assistance, do not hesitate to contact any member of the crew. Thank you.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, we're going to start with engine 2 and get it going. Engine 2. Set your engine start. First of all, this can be either direction. It doesn't have to be pointed a certain way. Ground. We're looking for 25 right here. And then we're going to insert fuel. 4, 5. Fuel inserted. Legion Airlines is a regional carrier that hits the airports, a lot of the regional airports, and helps connect people with the international airports. One other one that I see planes go out all the time were in Concord, North Carolina, which is Pageant Regional Airport there. They got a nice, simple airport. I can handle about 4 of these planes at a time. Shorter runway, got to be careful. We'll probably be flying out of there or in there sometime. Okay. We're going to go for engine 1.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And engine 1 is coming up. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, insert fuel. We want to make sure that our frequency is not here, so we're going to turn both of those to the away from the. I think the frequency here in Asheville is 110.504 ILS, so it should be off now.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
All right, we're ready to taxi. Miss Attitude, our first officer Attitude, could you get our put our taxi clearance for us, please?
Excuse me? Fine. I'll get the taxi clearance, since
Flat
you
set
can't
to
seem to
5.
handle it.
It's because it's your job.
Asheville ground. Allegiant 218. Ready to taxi. We have hotel.
Well, technically, we don't have hotel. Let's fix that.
Allegiant 218, runway 35 taxi via Charlie Alpha Alpha 1.
Runway
Runway 35. Wind 320 at 21 gusting 30. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, overcast at 3200 feet. Temperature -6. Dew point -12. Altimeter 3007. Density altitude 0 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Asheville Regional Airport, information hotel. 1454 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 35. Wind 320 at 21 gusting 3.
Okay. All right, we're set for flex temp. I'm leaving the bleeds on. Flaps are set to 5. Our auto
attendants, armed
skid
doors and
is
cross-check.
anti-skid is set to
Welcome aboard
RTO.
Allegiant
Reject
Air Flight
takeoff just in
AAY
case.
218, departing for Orlando Sanford International Airport. Estimated flight time is approximately 75 minutes. Please pay close attention to the following safety demonstration, as it contains important information for all passengers, even frequent flyers. Fasten your seatbelts by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. The seatbelt must remain fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open window blinds for takeoff. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode. Laptops must be stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking, including e-cigarettes, is prohibited on board. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Life vests are located under your seats. Put them on only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which may be behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind. If any electronic device becomes hot or shows signs of damage, inform the crew immediately. The safety information card is located in your seat pocket. Thank you for your attention.
All right, we're going to go ahead and put landing lights on. Taxi light should have been on, sorry. Runway lights go off. Packs are set to auto along with the isolation valve. We're leaving the bleed air on in the on position as instructed because of this kind of takeoff, so it will stay in the on position. Engines are going over to power's going to the engine buses, and the APU is being cut off. Do the takeoff briefing. Yaw damper on.
Excuse
Probes
me? Fine. I'll do the takeoff briefing, since you clearly need my expertise. Watch and learn. We will be departing from runway 35. We'll be flying the standard departure, with an initial climb clearance to 5,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile with radar vectors to CUG, climbing to flight level 240. Weather at departure shows winds 320 at 21, gusting 30, overcast at 3200. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We have been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 4723, and departure frequency will be 125.8. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
One thing that we missed on our prep that we're going to fix real quick before takeoff is we didn't enter the QNH here, and that's 3008. Very important. And 3008. Okay. Now we're officially ready. Please obtain takeoff clearance.
Fine. I'll handle the takeoff clearance, since you clearly need my expertise. Watch and learn.
Just talk on the radio. She's not nice. You notice that? She is not nice. Is she waiting just to, like, aggravate me? She hasn't said a thing yet. Allegiant 218. We're holding short of runway 35. Cleared, ready for departure.
Allegiant 218, Asheville departure. You are holding short of runway 35, but you are not cleared for departure. Contact tower for departure clearance.
Holding short of runway 35. Switching to tower for departure clearance. Allegiant 218.
Thank you. My goodness. Not sure where the holdup is there. Legion 223, holding short, runway 35. We're ready for departure.
Ramp agent requests are not supported in Xplane.
Please get our takeoff clearance. What is your holdup?
Excuse me? Fine. I'll get the takeoff clearance, since you clearly need my expertise. Watch and learn.
Asheville Tower, Allegiant 218. Holding short of runway 35, ready to depart.
Allegiant 218, Asheville Tower, runway 35, winds 320 at 21, gusting 30, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
We need to be careful, by the way. It can push us
Runway
down.
35, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff. Allegiant 218.
forward pressure on yoke.
On runway 35 remaining. 7,600 feet.
80 knots. V1. Rotate.
Rotating.
Positive rate.
Gear up. I'm feeling the wind, by the way.
Allegiant 218, contact departure on 124.65.
Switching to departure on 124.05. Asheville departure. Allegiant 218. Good afternoon. Climbing through 3,000.
Allegiant 218, Asheville departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level. Right heading 1, expect then on course.
Climb and maintain flight level 340. Right heading 110 for vectors to UG, then on course. Allegiant 218.
Check where we are and where we're going. We have a low ceiling here, a little bit of a low ceiling. We'll be out of it pretty quick, but we're 7,000. Right at 247 knots, 250 knots. They told us I had three. I can go up all the way to my flight level. Basically, I'm free to climb.
Allegiant 218, high rep team, about 1 minute to go, moderate turbulence, at flight level 70.
Okay, landing lights are going off. We're above 10,000, and taxi lights are off. Engines to the off position here.
Dear
not
guests,
continuous.
the use of approved
And
electronic
will a light
devices
off?
is now permitted in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention.
Bleed can go off. And we can just climb. Climb. All right, that wasn't good. Just had a hard crash there. I went like from
Allegiant 218, contact Atlanta Center on 123.
being in the flight to not being in the flight. Let's see what
Switching
happened
to
there.
Atlanta Center on 123.7. Allegiant 218.
So let's go to Xplane 12. Let's look at the log. Let's check it out. What just happened? Well, it looks like it came from Xpilot. Like the crash may have come from Xpilot. My first thought was it had to be had to have come from map enhancements. That it had to be map enhancements, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Might be unrecoverable. We'll see. Okay. So I'm gonna I'm not going to even refresh the map. In this case here, let me see. Okay. Yeah, you saw things just went bam. That was just it. Not good. Not good. Okay. If I go back, let's see how far back it will go here. It's resuming the last flight. We'll see how far in we go here. It will also show us if it's auto saving, what exactly is it auto saving. So we'll see. But it looks like the cause of that crash just then was Xpilot. Or had something to do with Xpilot. Don't know why. Don't know why. I'm not using anything with Xpilot, but we're going to see. If we can get back in, there are ways I can take the plugin out from the master menu. That's the way I'll do it. You're not going to go? We'll submit that report. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to, let me see here. Refresh. But yeah, I'm hammering it pretty good. But let's go ahead and see if we can get back in and run game. All right. No thanks. Take it in. Let's go. Let's see what happens. And I hit resume the last, so let's see what happens. All right. Okay, so another failure to launch there. We're going to try it one more way before I go to the reboot, the reboot thing. So we're going to go back into Xplane again. Let's go ahead and take off some things. Alright, I'm going to do that. Don't load plugins for this session except for plugins required for your selected aircraft. Let's go this way. Let's see what happens. Alright, now I'm going to hit resume flight again. And not move the aircraft from where it was originally and see if miraculously it just comes up. Some things that I am running that normally you wouldn't be running was I am running map enhancements. So there are certain things maybe that could complicate things. But let's see what happens.
Please check your quarantine scripts folder.
Alright, we are cold and dark, so it didn't like give me a pass, shall we say, from earlier. And let's see what plugins are loaded, what's loaded and what's not. Well, I know what I clicked. I think I did click about the plugins, but it seems like that stuff's loaded. Okay. Well, like XP. Let me take off the plugins that could have caused some issues. AutoGate we need. Xpilot. That one. So let's click off Xpilot. Real ops I don't need right now. This wide client did create a problem. So we'll keep that off. I'm going to run back through everything a little quicker because okay. We're trying to get back up in the air a little quicker.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
All right, net ref, we'll go ahead and reassociate our location, route, request. What I just hit was the reload the flight for KVL KSFB. Let's see what happens. Is it working? Probably won't because I've got it set for some different graphic settings. So, how about we do this? We'll try this again. One more time. Why? Because just sometimes what's happening here is sometimes you do find or have a plugin that begins to kind of cloudy up the works, whatever the case here. And that time I did finally go back and try to reload that last flight, but problem was I didn't have some of the plugins loaded because I went in with a safer mode. So I'm going to see if we can make it work. We may have to call it at some point, but sometimes you just got to try it. You got to get it working. All right, let's see what happens. It's done with the preloading. Are you going to hose? No, it's going to keep going. Boop, 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 go.
Please check your quarantine scripts folder.
All right, is it going to work? Here we go, we're going to try it. So it's the KVL KSFB to SUG at 21,000 feet. Let's do this. Let's try loading it. It says here at 21,000, what'll happen? Let's try it. All right, I'm giving it a chance. If this fails, we're going to call this flight. I'll come back in on a new flight. But yeah, we may. Let's give it a chance. Make sure it's not doing something positive. I don't see it doing anything positive. Okay. Wait. I'm not sure what the holdup is or why it won't reload, but if it doesn't, it's fine. We'll roll with it. Make sure there's not another background prompt anywhere that's stopping us. Let me see, I'm going to say, yeah, what, no. Let's kill that. Okay, I just refreshed map enhancements. Does that do anything? Nope. We're calling it. Okay, so we're going to close it. And we're going to come back in on a new flight in a bit here. So thanks for being patient. We tried, but we'll call this one lesson learned. But we're going to restart a new flight.